What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to today's video. So I got notes, you guys. I got notes. I got many notes, and I'm very excited about this because now I can actually say Silent Hill 2 Remake is coming out. Whoa, that felt good to say. Along with many other Silent Hill games that we saw in the showcase last night. First off, I'd like to just acknowledge the fact that they used the OG music from Silent Hill 1 right before the showcase started during the countdown clock thing. I absolutely love that. That was the butter on top of the potatoes. So we have Akira Yamaoka, we have Masahiro Ito, we have the OGs who are going to be working on Silent Hill 2 Remake again. Not so happy about the fact that I still don't know how to ever pronounce that team's name. I'm so sorry. I'm still not a fan of the fact that the Blobber team is going to be making this game, because the fact of the matter is like, okay, and I do have some owning up to do to this, because when I originally played the medium, I loved it. When I originally played the Layers of Fear games, I love them, but that's because I wasn't looking as deep into the games as I was now. Like, the thing is that when I started doing psychologically gamings during the time, I was playing the medium and I was doing a psychological review of that game. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, Ariel, I mean, like, you're acting kind of two-faced. I mean, you know, you like that game, but you don't like it now. What's going on? What changed? Why? And I need to dive into this before we go into this. That way people know my stance. And I made it clear before, but just in case for the new people who are here, hi, I'm Ariel. I own up to my shit. People wouldn't necessarily call this shit. They would just call it growth. The fact of the matter is that the Blobber team has a really bad reputation for not only plagiarizing, but misrepresenting mental health issues. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to check out the references that I'm discussing. I don't want to go too into it because we are discussing about the Silent Hill games here, but I felt like I really needed to cover this. That way you guys understand my reasonings behind why I view the Blobber team the way that I do. I'm just going to keep correcting myself throughout this whole video. With all of this being said, yes, I will be reviewing Silent Hill 2, and I will be playing it on the channel here. Why? Because it's not just the Blobber team that are going to be making this game. It is Masahiro Ito. It is Akira Yamaoka. It is so many other people who are invested into this project. Now, the thing is that, am I nervous for this team to be making as a remake of one of my favorite games? Absolutely. Silent Hill 2 has to be one of my favorite video games of all time. I remember it was the very first game I ever played in the Silent Hill franchise on YouTube. It just holds a very close place in my heart. I even remember getting into the Silent Hill games from the movies. I don't want to hear it in the comments, please. With all that being said, it feels like a slap in the face to Silent Hill fans to an extent to do a remake, because I don't want the remake to be a crappily made version of something that is absolutely incredible. That's my only issue with there being remakes of Silent Hill games, is that they're not going to be done well and it won't stay organically true to what the content of the original games were. We're going to get into the movies and we're going to get into the other games, but I feel like it's important to note that yes, while the Blobber team is going to be making these games, we have to understand that it's not just them. There are other people who are involved in this project. And I feel like it's very important, if we are going to be reviewing these games as journalists, as people, as fans, we need to understand that it's not just them involved. It's other people, it's other structures, there are producers, there are artists, there are graphic designers, there are so many other people that we want to support who are doing this. I just really hope that they don't mess this up, because they were gifted an incredible opportunity with being able to remake this game. And I wouldn't say gifted, because that sounds like, oh, they were just, handed it over. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't know either way. But the fact of the matter is that they were given an incredible opportunity to be able to work with Konami, to be able to get the chance to even do a remake like this to begin with. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I'm a pretty positive person. I'm a positive realist, So I want to be able to see this game shine. I want to be able to see this game brought to life in ways that I never thought possible. I want to be able to see this team to just respect the content of the original game, while also being able to revise it in a way that is organically natural to how this game should be revised. Because in Silent Hill 2, you have so many different psychological components that are brought in. You have so many powerful pieces of imagery that are in this game. I feel like it would be unjust to do something that is popular or PC or, you know, not natural to what the game was. And what the Silent Hill 2 was originally released in 2001. So whenever you think about how this game has really kind of changed a lot of people's lives in the gaming community. I mean, they played this probably when they were kids, you know, and I only just recently played it a few years ago. So when I look at this game, I think, whoa, okay, this is a turning stone in gaming culture. So all I'm going to say on this as an end to that portion is I really hope they don't mess this up, because I don't want people's possible first playthrough of this miraculous game to be of one that is corrupted its memory, if that makes sense. I don't want this people's first impression who are going into this for the first time to be a corrupted one. I want it to be an image that best represents what Silent Hill 2 actually is. And it's a very difficult thing to do. I completely understand that, but it's not impossible. We saw how well Resident Evil 2 Remake ended up, so we know it's in the realm of possibility to stay true to the literature and the content of the original game. So with all that being said, I personally, yes, am going to be reviewing the game. Like I said, it's going to be a playthrough on the channel. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be really cool because it's like I'll have the original game playthrough that I did on the channel and now the remake. So I think that's pretty awesome. Next up, what did I want to cover? Okay, Silent Hill 2 Remake is going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. So I already saw on Twitter so many people were pissed off about this. Silent Hill 2 was originally a PlayStation exclusive, and now it's coming back as a PlayStation exclusive. I don't know why you guys are so surprised about this. Would it be nice to have it on Xbox, like Death Stranding, like a lot of other Sony games that are coming? But it would be, but I don't expect it to be ever. Like, honestly, I expected this one, much like Bloodborne and much like Returnal and Demon Souls, I expect this to stay as a PlayStation exclusive. So next up is Return to Silent Hill, which I'm very excited about. Return to Silent Hill obviously has been in the works for a while. I've been covering it on the channel for a while. As for this movie, Return to Silent Hill, it is so just absolutely amazing to see Christoph Gans so excited and so eager to share everything with the fans. And going into this new chapter of Silent Hill, getting to see what he's going to just have in the backlog for us, you know, I'm so excited. And the thing is, I have to keep reminding myself to stay somewhat level-headed and somewhat realistic and pessimistic instead of all giddy and excited like a child, because I want to be able to deliver the best review for you guys, and I can't do that if I'm biased. So I mean, like, for me, I have a biased love of Silent Hill, but I also have to be realistic and be like, well, what if this isn't so good? And as excited as I am, I know that I have to keep in mind that, okay, I have to be prepared if this isn't good. I have to be prepared for that. It's just like the Uncharted movies. From what I'm hearing about it, it absolutely sucks, and that breaks my heart. So, I almost forgot to mention Silent Hill Townfall. I don't have much info to go off of on that yet, but I'm really excited for Silent Hill Townfall. It looks really creepy and really eerie and really cool, and I'm just excited because in total, we're getting Silent Hill 2 Remake, we're getting Silent Hill Townfall, we're getting Silent Hill Ascension, and Silent Hill F, which I'll tell you more about Silent Hill F in a second, but that's 4 Silent Hill games. That's 4 Silent Hill games. That's unbelievable. Okay, so with the merch that is coming out, I wrote all of it down, and a lot of this merch looks so cool. I need to get the Pyramid Head figure. I need to get it. I need it in my life. So the merch is as follows: Red Pyramid Head, James statue, Maria statue, Inu End, which is the secret ending that you get with the corgi dog, and I'm really happy they made that into a diorama. There's also a collection of the skateboards and everything that you can have as a collector's item to put on your wall, so that looks pretty cool. Then there's the Pyramid Head Bubble Nurse, and there's also just a standalone statue for the Bubblehead Nurse. So I think that's really cool that they're doing all of these revitalizing of the statues, you know, making them look a lot crisper to go along with the game, and I think that's just iconic. So I might splurge and get myself the statue, but I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking of either getting the Pyramid Head statue or the James statue. Really excited about this. So next up is Silent Hill Ascension, and I'm making a call. I'm making it right now that it's going to be co-op. I'm making that call right now. I really honestly think it's going to be co-op. So one of my friends actually brought this up on Twitter, and I had to discuss it because it was just too eerily accurate to Death Stranding. By the way, be sure to check out my friend Cody's channel. She's absolutely incredible. Sergeant Meow, as some of them call her. So she said in a tweet, Konami with Silent Hill Ascension left, and Kojima Productions' Death Stranding right. Did Konami just copy Kojima and finally realize what they lost? It's really interesting that she brings that up because I looked at that and I was like, the creepy thing with the sword, it honestly looks like something straight out of Mordor. So next up, we are going to be discussing Silent Hill F. And the F, for all of my music people out there, you guys know how that F is shaped. It's a forte piano. And I noticed it and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I took notation in high school. Holy crap. The forte piano, even though the P isn't there, is a sudden dynamic change within the music. It caught me so off guard because I was like, okay, this is interesting. I wonder why they're using this, because if in music it means a sudden dynamic change, then there's going to be a lot of sudden dynamic changes within this game. It's not unusual, by the way, for this to be followed by a crescendo whenever you're reading music, but this in Italian means loud soft. So whenever you see a forte piano, it's just a signal for it to be loud but soft, you know? So I feel like there's going to be a lot of dynamisms whenever we see this game. There's going to be a lot of things happening quickly but softly. You guys, that was it for today's video. I'm very excited, to say the least, about all of the new Silent Hill goodies that we have coming up. I'm so excited to play Silent Hill 2 Remake on the channel. I'm so excited to do a review for it. It's been a while since I've been really hyped up for a game. I'm going to stay hyped up, but also realistic about the possibility of it not being good, because I always have to keep that in the back of my head. I always have to be realistic when it comes to new titles, whether it be a new IP or a remake. I always want to be able to be excited, but with a little bit of realism. But if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below. I make videos here every day on YouTube. With that being said, may you find your worth in the waking world, dear hunter. Stay casually nerdy, and I will see you all in the next video. See you guys.